On this video, I wanted to show you how to use your Behringer XR18 mixing system with the new Waves TracksLive. It's pretty simple. The first thing we have to do is get our routing set up. In my case, I'm using microphone on 13, and I've got my screen capture program only recording the left-right output. So over here in my USB outputs, I've got the main left-right going post fader out to the system, and I also have channel 13 mapped to USB outputs 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm not using 1 and 2 because that would be the left-right returning in on the USB inputs. I could remap that, but right now they're coming in on USB 1 and 2. Alright, so I'm going to use this routing setup, very handy in the studio. If you had one singer doing several overdubs, you can easily have them come in on channel 13 and do a 4-track background stack on 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so with channel 13 being routed to 3, 4, 5, and 6, it is going directly to TracksLive. And if I record engage number 3, you see my meter up here. And if I continue that, I've got that routed, as you saw previously, to all 4 tracks. So if I wanted to do a recording, we can come in and record on track 3 our vocal. Call this background vocal 1. This is track 1, track 1. Alright, so I simply can turn this off, come down here, hit rewind, and now I can stack that vocal and continue a quick pace at tracking here. Alright, so the next thing we're going to want to do is make sure the vocalist can hear the previous track. So let's hit play and switch back over to our mixer. On track 3, come into channel. Track 1, track 1. Alright, so our track number 3 that we just recorded can be heard via playback on channel 3 on the XR18. We just simply need to go to the channel and make sure that we're listening back, not from the microphone input here, because we have no microphone there. We are listening to the USB streaming from our DAW via the USB input. Okay? Make sure you're always monitoring your source when you're tracking, and monitor your playback tracks via USB. That way you've got no latency in the microphone that's being recorded. Alright, so we come back over here. We'll hit stop, rewind, and now I'm on track number 4, engaged, and I can hear track number 3 on the mixer. Alright, so we hit record here. Come in and record. This is number track 3, 4, our vocal. And we'll continue this. Background vocal 1. Background vocal. This is number 2 on track 4. Track 1. Background 2, track 4. Alright, we got that. And we'll continue that process. Flipping back and forth. We'll come into channel 2. Make sure we turn that over here so we can hear tracks 3 and 4 now, and we'll continue back over to track number 5. Hit rewind. And then we'll turn up that volume as well. And we'll play around with some panning. We can go over here to the output. We can pan the first one hard here. Alright, so now I can hear both tracks we've recorded on 3 and 4. Over here on 3 and 4, we'll record on 5 here and add it to this other. We hit record here. Alright, so this is number 5. On track 3. Track 5. Vocal. The third track here. And vocal. This is number 3. Track 4. Number 3 on track 5. All right, so we've got 3, and again, you see the process. I'll stop recording now and come back over here and click. We'll keep that in the middle, and we'll come back over to either the input, or you can get to channel to get to your USB. Turn up the volume. We've got our pans, and we're in a great example here. Right now you can hear the phasing that's going on, and that's because I'm hearing myself twice. I'm still in live record mode, so once I turn this off, I won't be hearing this microphone going direct and going through the processing of the system and returning back to the USB. So if you hear that, make sure you get rid of that quickly by turning that off. And now you only hear me live, not feeding back through the system. All right, so playback now.
We hit record here.
All right,
So this is number 5. This is number
track 3,
track
4,
5.
our vocal.
The third track
here,
is
background vocal
and
1.
background vocal.
This is
number 2.
number 3.
Track 4.
Number 3 on track 5.
Track 4.
All right, so that's just a real quick overview. One other thing that you can do, of course, you're getting your routing tap direct with no mute, no DSP at all. Let's say that your system has a unique effect that you want to get, and you want the effect, but you're really not sure how much you should have, or maybe your producer or mix engineer isn't sure that he wants that or not. You can actually send that to a different track. So let's try that real quick. I'm going to record a new track on 6. I'm going to put some effects on it, and I'm going to go ahead and add a track. 1 mono down here. We're going to set the recording up for tracks 6 and 7. So on my routing, I want to go ahead and add track 6. It's already there for the microphone. And I'm going to go ahead and record the effects in mono now to make it simple, since I did a mono effect. But I want to use the long reverb, and I'm going to send that to 7. All right, let's give this a shot. So the first thing I want to do is add my effects number 2, long reverb. See it returning down here muted, and now we've got the reverb. So I can hear that in my left and right, obviously here, but let's go see if we get vocal here, and check. All right, so now we've got our vocal on 6, vocal only, and then I've got just the reverb assigned to the output number 7, going to track number 7. All right, let's listen back to that. All right, we got that muted, and now let's go to our tracks 6, and let's go ahead and get our return from USB. Let's go to 7, get our return from USB, and let's listen back. And now I've got just the reverb assigned to the output number 7, going to track number 7. All right, so now we've got our vocal on 6, and now I've got just the reverb assigned to the output number 7, going to track number 7. All right, so that's just a cool way that you can experiment with the routing options. I'm also hoping that we can send our USB returns to the left-right. For example, all the channels can return a USB stream from your DAW, but your master cannot. So it would be cool if you could click on USB here. I assume that would be the best way for us to insert Waves plugins on our master left-right, and that would be to use one of the 18 USB outputs and send it back to our master. All right, that shows you how to integrate the XR18 with any DAW recording workstation, but you should definitely check out the new Waves TracksLive. It's free, it's very simple, and for $99 you get a deluxe version of this with support. You also get Waves Multi-Rack, which allows you to do plugins on your X32 or your XR18. Leave comments on our YouTube channel and check out our Facebook user group, Behringer XR.